friends. It's Nick, the ASMR nerd, and today we're going to go for a relaxing wander in Horizon Zero Dawn. This is a new game to me because it only recently came to PC, although it has been out on PS4 for quite a while. But the PC version has enhanced graphics and all kinds of lovely things to see, so we're just going to explore some of this game's gorgeous environment here today. I must admit, I have barely played the game. Those of you who have played it will probably recognize this as basically the very starting area, just past the first tutorial segment. But I was just so struck by the beauty of it all that I had to make a video with it. So here we are. There'll be all kinds of new things for me to see and experience, so I'm looking forward to just looking around. For example, these absolutely gorgeous waterfalls. I love the way the water just spills down at the base here into this little pool. I don't know if you've noticed, but there's a little dragonfly flitting about. It's hard to see, he's just over there. But there's another one. Our protagonist, Aloy here, she seems to really enjoy the snow. And there's that dragonfly again. She keeps being surprised by the snowflakes and touching her face. It's kind of endearing. So we seem to begin in this alpine kind of environment. Or not really alpine, subalpine, mountainous, at least, snowy environment. Our character lives just up that way. Let's just carefully take a little step down into this very fast-flowing creek, river, whatever you want to call it. It's more of a creek, really. And I think we can probably just jump up over here somewhere. There we go. This game is set in the distant future, after some kind of cataclysm has destroyed civilization. But humanity persists in these tribes living off the landscape. This gorgeous, gorgeous landscape. Look at those distant mountains. They are just so spectacular. And the way the sunlight shafts down through the clouds. So humanity persists, but the world is not as it was. The ruins of civilization abound and are scattered throughout the landscape. lives here, even though, obviously, it's a totally different world, but because of all the snowy mountains in the distance, I can't help but shake that Skyrim feeling. And what the heck are all those arches over there? I honestly don't know, although I suspect I will find out eventually. Yes, robotic beasts roam the landscape, and Aloy here is actually quite adept at hunting them. But I think we'll try to avoid any encounters with said beasts here today, simply so as to keep things calm, relaxed. The snow has a little bit of sparkle to it. I love that. Let's follow this path down the mountainside. The landscapes in this game seem so spectacular, and I've barely seen it. There's so much to discover. I love the way the wind is rustling the grass here. We can warm ourselves by this campfire. The campfires act as save points, which seems to be a pretty common trend in games these days. I bet you it's really warm. Providing some solace from the undoubtedly cold breeze that's blowing up here. But we're not really here to rest. Well, ironically, you probably are. But here in the game, we're here to explore. In the distance, we can see a village of some kind. I'm led to believe that this is a village belonging to a tribe from which we are outcasts. Aloy and her father figure, for reasons unknown to me as of this time, they have been exiled from the tribe. They have to live out here on the fringes of what civilization exists, whatever passes for civilization in this world. This rabbit seems very agitated. There are still organic creatures around, such as this very hoppy bunny, but alongside organic creatures are the machines. I suspect we may see some from a distance, although, like I said, we'll try and avoid any violent altercations, because they tend to be quite aggressive. Oh, it looks like the weather's changing. Oh, would you look at that? Just like that, our golden sunlight has disappeared, and it's rainy. But you know what? That's okay. I love the sound of the rain. And there it comes. It's really coming down now. Aloy seems to enjoy the rain just as much as she enjoyed the snow, though. I appreciate that, Aloy. As someone who grew up on the West Coast and who still lives on the West Coast of Canada, rain is very soothing to me. So I guess we're going to go for a little rainy wander. Let's go this way. I like the ivy growing all over these trees. And the moss on the logs. Or maybe it's grass. Either way, it's very pretty. Let's go off the path a bit into the trees. Oh, what's this? A little fox. The fox does not seem bothered by us. It's making very cute little noises. These are very pretty flowers. And some lovely ferns as well. Oh, I think our little rain shower has passed. That was actually quite brief, but refreshing. Very pleasant. And it looks like the sun has come back out again. Look at all the animation, all these plants blowing in the wind. The grass, the flowers, the tall grass, even the ivy on the tree, blowing in the wind. I like the way the tall grass moves when you walk in it. Got some more mossy rocks over here. Also impressive is Aloy's shadow and the way it's affected by that mossy surface. Oh, some mushrooms as well. Look. I don't think they're harvestable, but they look nice. Shall we ford this creek? It's a lot of water. The rocks right along the creek are shiny and wet. That's pretty cool. I love that kind of attention to detail by game developers. Oh, it looks like we might have another rain shower coming by. Got some very unsettled weather here today. I do enjoy having a variety as I said, I do love the rain. Now one might think that it would be snowy up here, not rainy. Oh, and there it is. It's now snowy. And the sun is back. This reminds me of spring weather. In my part of the world is very variable, changing all the time. That is a gorgeous view. Oh, I think we're up for some more rain. Wow, the way it darkens so quickly. Or maybe not rain, but wind. Dark wind. Wow. It got much darker. The weather in this game is remarkably dynamic. I don't know if you just saw, but when it was windy, there were puffs of snow getting blown from the trees. And here we are again in the sunlight. Look at this snow on these plants. It's so puffy and fluffy looking on these bushes. It's actually quite beautiful. Very soft. Powdery looking. Kind of remarkable. Let's not slip down this cliff. Or this embankment. It's not really a cliff, is it? Just take it slow and easy. Just soak up the beauty of this setting. Breathe deep and appreciate the serenity of the environment here. You can practically smell crisp, fresh mountain air. Oh, and a goose. That actually scared me for a moment. Goodbye, goose friend. That looked like a Canada goose, didn't it? That really looked like a Canada goose. That was not expected. I hope that wasn't too frightening for you. Geese can be quite mean-spirited animals, but that one seemed more afraid of us than aggressive toward us. I love the aesthetic of the mist in the valleys, blanketing the trees, creating this incredible sense of depth, layer upon layer into the distance. It's quite stunning. The dramatic lighting, the sun behind the clouds there. Looks like a Bierstadt painting or something. There's some structures there in the very far distance. on a cliffside. Don't know what those are. Haven't been over there. And more. Oh look, more of those crazy arches, or it looks like a creature, really. Maybe it's the ruins of some kind of robotic beast. An immense and terrifying robotic beast. We should probably be thankful that it's merely the remnants. How do we get down from here safely? Maybe this way. These trees look like birch or aspen, maybe. Perhaps aspen. And this is very clearly a maple of some kind. This game is set in the far future of our planet, so these are in theory all terrestrial species, things that we would know. The game also has a beautiful soundtrack. Although I've turned it off for this video, simply because personally I often find that music distracts from the tingles a little bit. Although it really depends on the context for me. Maybe in a future one of these videos, if I do more with Horizon Zero Dawn, I can turn the music on because it is gorgeous. We seem to have come across some kind of totem. Looks like a skinned rabbit turned into some sort of symbol, and some herbs along with it. I do believe we are coming up on the camp of somebody who I was told to help to hunt meat for. I think she's some kind of hermit type who lives out here in the wilderness. But I don't know more than that because I have not spoken to her yet. And I also happen to notice that there's a creature up this way. I think there's a boar just up the hill there. Now, boars can be kind of aggressive in the real world, so I think we will not disturb it. Let's investigate this camp. A very humble log lean-to. Not much in the way of protection from the elements provided by it. The ashes of a spent campfire, some benches, what looks like maybe some kind of incense. Oops, that was unintentional. And then this incredible tree covered in these hanging symbols. They must mean something to this woman, but I don't know what. She is communing, perhaps. This is the lady I was speaking of. regular view. I can't blame her. Perhaps she's performing a ritual. Not much else here. Aside from that, just a basket. A little, very humble bed covered in furs. I don't know what this is. Some kind of maybe rainwater collection, I don't know. And then there are some hides. Just hanging up on, I guess, a clothesline over here maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, this is kind of a different sort of forest. We've got all these conifers here. It's only lightly dusted with snow. But of course, as we go upslope, the snow gets heavier. I think I just heard that boar. Like I said, I don't really want to disturb the boar, so we'll keep an eye out for it. And try to keep our distance. Oh, there it is. But it looks like it might be more scared of us than we are of it, so I think we'll just... Oh, hello. Are you? You are friendly. Okay. I thought maybe it was coming to attack, but no, it seems to be just doing its own thing. She does the thing where she runs her hands through, I think, through the grass sometimes. Sort of trails her hands through a bit. That's nice. And we've got another creek. Oops. Just flowing out of the mountainside here. And down into the valley below. Which, it would seem, is rich with things to explore. But you know what, my friends? I think we're going to leave off here for tonight. We've had quite the wander. We've explored and seen but a small piece of this amazing looking world. And I'm very eager to see more for myself, so I'm going to go and play some more of this game. And if you would like to join me again for another wander in Horizon Zero Dawn, please let me know down in the comments. I'd love to know what you thought of this, if you enjoyed this, and would like to see more. So until next time, thank you so much for watching. Farewell for now, my friends.